May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good
Please sit
afternoon,
down. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So we call you as Aditya or HRIDAY?
So you can call me Aditya.
Aditya. So Aditya, we start with your introduction.
Sir, I was born in Azamgarh, but I've been brought up in Lucknow. I've done my schooling from Lucknow Public School in Sector I region of Lucknow. I've completed my bachelor's in civil engineering from IIT Roorkee. Since then, I've been preparing for civil services. In my last attempt in 2023, I got allocated Indian Railway Management Service. I've joined the service and currently on leave.
So you have just joined and taken leave, right?
Yes, sir.
You
I joined
haven't
last
taken
month.
the training.
No, sir.
So Aditya, you are from Uttar Pradesh. So I would like to know how you would assess the law and order situation and especially the safety of women. You know, over the last say about 2-3 years, and do you think that uh, bulldozer policy, as they say in common parlance, maybe some kind of deterrent in that format, has helped UP to maintain its law and order?
Sir, regarding sir law and order, as per NCRB, we do register the most number of crimes in India. But if we look at crime rate, crimes per lakh population, then we are very below among all the states. Secondly, sir, in respect of women, we register as per 2022 report, we registered around 65,000 crimes. But if we look at our disposal rate, it is around 98%. Also, in terms of convictions, we have done better. We have set up cyber crime stations in every district of the state. So all these things show that we are working good regarding law and order.
So when you say we, you mean UP? You're speaking on behalf of UP?
Yes, sir, UP.
All right.
Sir, regarding bulldozer justice, yes, it has been in news in the last few years, and probably it has involved some of the extreme measures. But even if it has caused a bit of deterrence, I don't think it is the right method to go towards. As per the Supreme Court judgment, everything has to be done as per the due process of law. And I don't think bulldozer justice in its essence follows the due process of law. So even if it is acting as a deterrent, I don't think it is the right method.
Okay. Now tell me, Aditya, you mentioned Supreme Court judgment order on this. Now, Supreme Court has said that in case anyone is found violating this law, the civil servants will be punished. They will be accounted for. Now, should this not be a common kind of understanding or a common Supreme Court's directive that any violation of this kind, may it be bulldozer justice, may it be any other violation, the civil servant should be made accountable?
Sir, civil servants are the implementers of the policy of the government on ground. So yes, they assume a share of responsibility, but in administration, various peoples are involved. So hence, fixing the accountability is very difficult. So in a sensitive situation like this, it was needed from on the behalf of Supreme Court to fix someone responsible for that. Hence, it specifically mentioned the name civil servant. But in general, I
So,
think everyone in the team is responsible.
should be responsible. So, in case whenever there is a fire incident, the administration has to resort to firing. There is always a judicial commission. Generally, the state governments, they appoint judicial commissions. Now, why is it so only in firing and not in any other heinous crime? Why not in rape?
Sir, in specifics of the reason, I'm not exactly aware of. But whenever
I am taking your opinion. There is no set. It is not happening. We are just discussing why it should not be or should it be.
Sir, because if we look at the police, then it is legally empowered to take it is legally empowered to take the help of violence, especially in extreme situations, in cases of self-defense when the security is involved. So to distinguish when there was actual need or it has been done with the help or discretion, to differentiate that, we need a separate independent commission. But if we look at other crimes like rape, it is not allowed in any case. So that is not as it is very easy to differentiate. Hence, no need
Coming
of
to
commission.
your railways,
Yes.
Now tell me, in the modernization of Indian railways today, what is the component of Make in India?
Sir, first of all, if we look at railways, it requires steel for rails, for rolling stock. So after Make in India, we have increased our steel production from around 91 MT to around 142 MT. Also, sir, we are manufacturing coaches, LHB coaches, which were earlier imported from, say, Switzerland. They are now being manufactured at ICF. Now, Integral Coach Factory is manufacturing the LHB coaches. Also, sir, the Vande Bharat sleepers are now being indigenously produced. So, all these things are being done with the Make in India.
And whereas public private participation model, how it has supplemented the modernization of railway or maybe ease of travel for the passengers?
Sir, in around 109 routes, 151 trains were started based on being operated by the private sector, mainly IRCTC, the company that operated trains.
As it is not a private sector.
But sir,
There was another series of trains which were meant only for private sector.
and sir, in
You know that?
no, sir, I don't.
Bharat Gaurav.
They are based on tourism, but I don't
But they
specifically.
were, why despite the fact that the private sector was offered to run the trains, why is it not coming? Despite tenders, only IRCTC, because it is the government's wing.
Yes. Sir, because as per Vivek Debroy committee, first of all, we require an independent regulator because government can't regulate also and can't compete with the private sector also. So we need an independent
Thank you,
regulator.
Aditya. I pass on to our member.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Aditya, now taking further a little bit about this railways, the government was contemplating some automatic type of system for railway protection or something. What was that system?
So that was Kavach.
Kavach, yes.
Yes.
So what has happened to Kavach? How it is faring?
Sir, it has been implemented, but at a very limited level in the southern part of the country, basically in southern zones. Its implementation is currently low. What we expected, we have not implemented at that pace. But if we look at its benefits, we are seeing its benefits. Like in foggy conditions, we are
Yeah,
able to see
benefit
on
I
the screen.
understand. My point is that why the implementation is low or slow?
Sir, from what I heard from Sudhanshu Maniji, former GM in Indian Railways, he said that government is still not able to trust the system at a large level. So that trust factor is still missing, and a few more pilot tests are needed so as to implement it at a wider scale.
Aditya, now tell me something about this religious tourism. What is the potential of religious tourism in UP?
Sir, UP has a very good potential regarding religious tourism. Currently, as well, UP leads in terms of number of domestic and foreign tourists in India. If we look at recently inaugurated Ayodhya temple, it is involving influx of large number of tourists. Also, various circuits have been created, not only from Hinduism religion, but also Buddhist circuit, Jain circuit, Sufi circuit. So for all kinds of religions, we have people coming to us, and UP State Tourism Development Corporation is providing the required hospitality facilities. Also, we are providing stays, also heritage walks. So we have a
So
good
this
potential.
Aditya, this Ramayana circuit you are talking about. What is this Ramayana circuit is all about? Which are the areas? How to go? How to avail this circuit? What one can do? Suppose somebody wants to avail the facility of this Ramayana circuit, where he should go, which places he is likely to visit.
Sir, if we look at Ramayan circuit, then currently I'm able to think of the mainly two Ayodhya and Chitrakoot. Also around Chitrakoot, then further on the MP border, we also have many places. So these places, and when we talk about circuit, we have to register with the State Tourism Development Corporation, and then we can access various
So in
hospitality
this Ramayana
facilities.
circuit, you have only Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, or some other states as well? No.
Sir, if we look at Ramayan circuit as a whole, it extends all over the country, say from Uttar Pradesh to Karnataka as well, Hampi. Then we have in Tamil Nadu as well, Rameshwaram. So all these places are connected, sir.
Aditya, tell me this. There is a government of India's program, Border Village Development Program.
Yes.
and there is another program, Vibrant Village Development Program. Are these two programs same or different?
Sir, they are different, sir.
How they are different?
Sir, Vibrant Villages program mainly focuses on the villages at the northern border.
And the border development
Sir, they are in general for all the border areas in the country.
or
in
the
my
border
knowledge.
area?
Yes.
So what is the difference? If for entire border, the border development program is for entire border of the country, then in northern border also the border development program could have been used. This program. Why Vibrant Village program? What is so special about that program?
Sir, from what I remember, sir, when Prime Minister was inaugurating the program, he said that the last village of our country on that border should be treated as the first village, and we need more community-led growth in that area. We need to build confidence with the people because it will also help security-wise as well and socio-economic aspect-wise as well. So we needed renewed emphasis on that. In my knowledge,
So such type of things we cannot get in border village development. We can't get there.
sir, in my knowledge, border area development program mainly focused on the infrastructural growth. But this vibrant village development program was more focused on human
Okay, my
aspect.
last question is about biofuels. What do you know about biofuels? What is biofuel?
So, sir, biofuels are basically involving fuels generated from the living organisms and plants, animals. So, we have various stages of biofuel. The first stage was composed of the edible foods, second stage composed of the non-edible foods, and then we have focused on generating biofuels from various algae and genetically
Stage
changed
means we
organisms.
go from one stage to second to third, or what? Or they are something different.
Sir, this is basically the evolution of technology of manufacturing of biofuels.
So when we evolve to second stage, as per your thing, then we leave the first stage, isn't that? Those things are gone, obsolete then, na?
No, sir, it's not exactly black and white like that. Some proportion we try to adopt to the latest stage, but we continue producing based on the earlier stage because we have the adequate raw material based on the previous stage. I think it's a gradual progression. We don't have any like stark differences as we move from one stage to another.
Okay. Thank you, Aditya.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya, you are a civil engineer by education.
Yes, sir.
Now aspiring to be a civil servant.
Yes, sir.
So, what skill set you think you have developed as a civil engineer, which would help you in becoming a good civil servant?
Sir, first of all, as my job is in railways, so railways involves a lot of aspect of civil engineering. So first of all, the core knowledge will help me in this. Secondly, sir, various implicit skills will also help me in civil service. Like civil engineers always try to optimize whatever resources they have. So optimization of the various resources in administration. Second, sir, we always try to create a factor of safety. So whenever I'm trying to execute a plan, trying to have a backup plan, trying to have a factor of safety if something goes wrong. Thirdly, sir, as a civil engineer, if you want to execute a project, you need to coordinate with many people. You need all workers to be working at full efficiency. So team leadership, working in projects, trying to know about strengths and weakness of all my team members. These things will help me in civil service.
Aditya, how can we make our construction activities, infrastructure building more environment friendly? Are you aware of, can you recall some initiatives or some incentives by Government of India in this direction?
Sir, Government of India has come up with the concept of green buildings and is trying to expand the footprint of the green buildings. So we have prescribed for various sustainable materials such as inclusion of fly ash in cements. Secondly, sir, so from thermal power plants, we are transporting fly ash to the construction projects. Also, renewable energy transition. In terms of foundations, also we are trying to use, rather than say we are trying to use steel in place of steel, we are using fiber reinforced polymers so as to supplement the strength of the building. It is more environment friendly. Also, there is a Griha rating by the TERI, the Energy and Resources of Institute of India. So this Griha rating analyzes buildings and ranks them basis on how energy efficient they are. So these.
Good. Very nice. This railways have set a target of net zero by 2030, almost 40 years ahead of our national target. So, do you think that railways are prepared for this very outstanding achievement that it will become net zero carbon in next 5-6 years?
Sir, in my knowledge, they said that they will electrify all the railways by 2030. Around 96% electrification has already been achieved. but that source of electricity is still derived from thermal power plants. So we need, I think we need to currently invest more in solar power and wind power in order to achieve the target of complete green energy.
But there are challenges in solar power and wind power also, Aditya. What are those challenges in solar power?
So first of all, there is issue in land acquisition. There is various protests from the local community, local MLAs. Secondly, sir, we don't have indigenous manufacturing potentials as compared to China. We need to import a lot of solar cells. Secondly, sir, in areas where there is huge solar potential, such as in Rajasthan, say in Ladakh, but we don't have required infrastructure to evacuate that energy and connect it to main grid. So these are the challenges in solar and wind.
What is the current status of Places of Worship Act?
Sir, there have been petitions in Supreme Court that have challenged the validity of act regarding it being against the concept of judicial review and being arbitrary. So there were various surveys being conducted so as to ascertain the religious character of the place. The Supreme Court has stayed those surveys until the petition has been decided.
Suppose you get into IAS and allotted to UP cadre, and Honorable CM calls you and asks you, Aditya, which district would you like to be posted as DM? Which district would you choose and why?
Sir, if I'm given the opportunity, the district I live in, my home district, Lucknow, because I live in around those places, I have seen what are the issues those places, I connect with the people around that, so I will be able to serve the best in way. But it is a very huge responsibility to serve in the capital of the state. So I'm not sure if he will allocate me the responsibility of the capital, but if I get the responsibility, I will try my best.
But there will be a lot of pressure from your, relations, your friends, to help them in some way or the other. Don't you think that it will be difficult for you to resist that pressure? Because if your hometown is Lucknow, your relatives will be there. So once you are posted there, I think that's why the Government of India follows the policy of not posting senior officers in their home district, so that they are saved of that embarrassment, saying no to uncle, auntie and all that.
Sir, there are definite pressures, but if we look at the job of civil servant, there are already various pressures from politicians, pressure from local communities, pressure from corporates. So we need to learn to withstand various kind of pressures throughout the course of our career. So I don't think this will be something new to me here. There will be various kinds of pressures throughout my career, sir. I will try to my best to avoid it.
Aditya, convince me that you are suitable for civil services by 2 or 3 sentences.
Sir, first of all, I have been already recommended by the commission once. So that shows that I'm already qualified to become a civil servant. Secondly, sir, if you look at my record, then I think it shows that I'm very sincere to whatever work has been allocated to me. I've worked in various teams. I've been leader of the various committees I've been part of. So I think I will do a good job in civil service. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Aditya. Over to next member, please.
Thank you, sir.
So, Aditya, you are a student of mathematics.
Yes, sir.
So, tell me application of mathematics in protection of environment.
Sir, we have developed various mathematical models so as to predict the climate change, so we have devised equations to measure and to mirror whatever atmospheric processes are happening in the environment. So based on that, we can analyze what is the level of climate change, how much damage is being done to the various processes. Secondly, sir, whatever steps we are taking to, say, for environment change regarding waste collection and all these things, to measure the efficiency of these steps, we can always use artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence involves very important component of mathematics regarding data analysis. So also data analysis in general is always applicable, and data analysis has its heart in mathematics. So I think mathematics can play a good role in protection of environment.
And how mathematics and economics are interrelated?
So the basic subject matter of economics is to make the best use of whatever resources you have. And in order to make the best use, you need to optimize the resources. And for optimize, you need mathematical functions.
If we talk about Indian economy, and if we compare it with the world economy, so what can the world economy learn from Indian economy?
Sir, first of all, if we look at the trend of the Indian economy in recent years, if we compare it to rest of the world, then we have been resilient to various pressures. So first of all, resilience, Indian economy's diversity and resilience. Secondly, sir, if we look at the monetary policy of Indian economy, then inflation, yes, it has been high in recent times, but if we compare the inflation to say that of South American countries, other countries, then we have followed our monetary policy well. We have managed our fiscal policy relatively well. Thirdly, sir, in recent years, we have been working on Atmanirbharta and we have improved in that regard. So I think various countries with the recent trends of supply chain disruptions, weaponization of supply chains should move to Atmanirbharta as well to fair extent.
Now, with Donald Trump taking charge, so do you think there will be shift in the way global trade is happening?
Yes, sir. Based on the decisions of Donald Trump, I do expect that a change in global trade will happen. There will be hike in tariffs by America, and probably this will translate to various other countries mirroring it. Also, multilateral institutions will be threatened, such as WTO, IMF, with the inauguration of Donald Trump.
Now, Aditya, you like reciting Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
So tell me relevance of Bhagavad Gita in governance.
Sir, first of all, Bhagavad Gita at various places talks about seeing every person and even animals with the same eye. So you need to have an inclusive attitude, equanimous attitude to all people around you, and not discriminate between anyone. Secondly, sir, as we look at Bhagavad Gita, it is a conversation between two individuals having two different viewpoints. So in the same way, in governance, we should be participated. We need to incorporate views of everyone before taking a decision. The decision should be ours, but views of everyone should be heard. Thirdly, sir, Bhagavad Gita talks about restraint in our various activities. So even in governance, with regards to our expenditure, with regards to our various activities, we need to be restrained. We need to show some prudence. So that those things we can learn in governance.
Aditya, you are also have a hobby of watching cricket also.
Yes, sir.
So don't you think India should have gone to Pakistan for Champions Trophy and not going to a neutral venue for their matches? In case of tournaments, they do come to India, Pakistan do come to India, but India never goes. What's your take on that?
Sir, if we look at the security situation of India and Pakistan, then there is a huge difference between India and Pakistan.
But other teams are going.
Sir, but no other team can be compared to Indian team because relationship between India and Pakistan are very bad, and Indian teams can be specially targeted by various terrorist groups there. So I think it was the right decision to not go there.
So thank you, Aditya. I pass on to Chairman, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya, you're a civil engineer. Suppose if you were to prepare a plan of a town, a green city. Now, what are the broad contours? What are the things that you will keep in mind in planning a new green city?
Sir, the broad outlook will be to have a fair share of greenery. Secondly, transit-oriented development, so that we can place residential areas close to the areas of transits, so that use of vehicles is more or less avoided. Thirdly, sir, trying to incorporate buildings that use or that in their size and in their use of materials, they can be made sustainable to an extent. And fourth, sir, in terms of paved surfaces, we can always reduce and incorporate rainwater harvesting measures in most of the buildings.
So Aditya, anything from your DAF which we may have missed out? I can ask you one more question if you point out.
So I have also interest in chess. So if you could ask some
Okay.
questions from chess, I'll be happy.
So tell me, in what manner Gukesh turned out to be better than his counterpart, I mean his contemporary, or was it that the Chinese player, Ding was his name, made some grave errors in one of the last games? What do you say?
So the final point was obviously a big blunder that those players do not make at that level. But if we look at the overall match, Gukesh came up with more opening surprises as compared to Ding. So he had always a huge benefit on time. So that helped him in various matches. Secondly, sir, if we look at the pattern of the games, Gukesh was always trying to play. Despite having been in worst position, he was declining draws. So probably Ding was little more exhausted towards the end because of this tendency of Gukesh to keep playing. He was probably more ready to endure various difficulties. So I think these qualities of Gukesh helped him defeat Ding.
All right. So thank you, Aditya. We are over with the interview. We'll call you again after 2-3 minutes for the feedback.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So Aditya, how did you do today?
I think I was at my level, but in some questions I could have improved. But overall, I think I was fine. There is a scope for improvement, but overall, I
That's
think
right.
I did.
No, that statement is correct. So you were actually good, and you conducted yourself very well in all spheres, your communication, your personality, your uh, content by and large, and the way you showed confidence throughout. So in all, it was a near perfect interview. You're very bright, very knowledgeable, and your analysis is also good. You think and speak. Good conversation, except that when it comes to your delivery, I will point out one or two things. You speak a little fast. So that communication of a conversation type, that gets a backseat. So if you see your video, I mean, you would know better about yourself. So whatever is possible, you have your interview when 28th January. If you are speaking faster than what you normally speak, then my advice is that you be normal. But if you are normally speaking like this, then I have nothing to say, because this is not the time to make changes in your speed.
All right.
Okay. But wherever possible, try to put some full stops or commas.
All right, sir.
That should not, derail you from, your flow of thoughts and matching with your. No, that is one. Now, few smaller things. When you entered, I said, Aditya, please sit down. You did not mention your name introduction mein. You straight away, I am from such and such.
Sir,
तो प्लीज़ रिमेंबर एक्साइटमेंट में क्या होता है कि नर्वस नहीं थे आप, एक्साइटमेंट होता है, कुछ भूल जाते हो आप, तो यू शुड स्पीक योर. देन व्हेन वी डिस्कस यूपी यू आर यू वी why at all did you say we?
sir, because I'm part of UP, so
No, it becomes regional minded,
all right, sir.
parochial,
All right.
and now you have no connection as far as your job is concerned.
I'm a
You're now in Indian Railways.
Central Civil Services.
So you should not say we even for India unless you are speaking to Bangladesh and India's relations. Sir, our relations with Bangladesh.
All right.
But if you have to speak about, okay, tell us relation between Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. Can you say our relation with Bihar are not good? Can you?
It won't be right in that sense.
Should be right. So that is what I am pointing out. Don't never say we. Tell sir, Uttar Pradesh has done this. Uttar Pradesh has done this. Government of Uttar Pradesh has done that. Don't attach yourself with any region, any place.
All right, sir.
Don't show emotions. So that is my second observation, and that's all as far as your. You see the concept of green city. I won't say it was a perfect answer.
Yes, sure, sir. I also felt that.
You are a civil engineer. आजकल green की बातें हो रही हैं. You did not mention green buildings. So green buildings would have meant everything, whether institution, whether residential. So open spaces. And so just work on it. Maybe you never know. From a bright candidate like you, they may put this question. So in all, it was a very good this thing, and you have done very well. Just keep in mind few things that we have pointed out, and our colleagues will tell you more.
So Aditya, you are a very bright candidate. You done very well. You have answered the question quite satisfactory. I mean, you have done good in answering the
thank you,
questions, analysis also. Your personality is good, communication is very effective communication and apt communication. But some areas need to, you need to improve on some areas,
Sure,
you know, in this biodiversity and climate and environmental section, you need to improve upon. Like in biofuel, you started telling me about first stage, then second stage. Actually, they are not stages, you know, they are generation. We call them
yes,
generation.
generation. I forgot that word.
So first generation, second generation, and they are different thing. You know, first generation means your sugar cane sort of or something like that. Second is that some baggage or some
Waste food.
haystacks, straw or something. Then algae velgi third stage generation में आता. So just see about, because biofuel, the first generation, about the ethanol is an important thing for which lot of discussion is going on, whether about sugarcane and ethanol. UP is sugarcane producer state. So just think about that and read about it. Okay.
All right,
So this area you need to give a little bit focus on.
Sure.
Environment, biodiversity, wetlands, forest, wildlife, plus river linking, river system. In river linking, you are in
Ken
UP,
Betwa.
Ken Betwa, and others. Other river linking program are also there. One is in Bihar and all that. So in that sector, you need to do a little bit focusing.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure,
This is one thing which I found, and but other thing you are very good.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are very good. Your personality is good. You speak with conviction. That is a very plus point with you. So once you mend these things, you improve this in this sector, you will come up very well. You will get very good marks. Very good marks you will get.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
आदित्य देखिए, ज्ञान के भंडार हो आप, ज्ञान की कोई कमी नहीं है आप में, ठीक है ना. छोटे मोटे नेचुरली हो सकता है, कुछ को आप अपडेट कर लीजिए. मेन जो मुझे थोड़ा सा लगा ना कि आपका ना क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन ज़्यादा लग रहा था मुझे. थोड़ा सा हल्का सा पॉज कर लीजिए इन बिटवीन.
Boss.
उससे क्या ना कि इमीडिएटली कन्वर्सेशन मोड में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा आपका. पॉइंट्स आप अच्छे कवर कर रहे थे, पॉइंट वाइज बोल रहे थे, 3 4 पॉइंट बहुत अच्छा था आपका, बट थोड़ा खट करके आ रहा था. उसको ना अगर बीच बीच में तो ना एक प्लेजेंट कन्वर्सेशन वाली एक स्टेज आ जाती है उससे. बाकी मुझे आप में कोई कमी नज़र नहीं आई. बहुत अच्छा आपका पूरा ओवरऑल पर्सोना आपका बड़ा इंप्रेसिव है, बड़ी प्लीजिंग पर्सनैलिटी है, बड़ा आप एनर्जी एमिनेट करते हैं. तो आई एम श्योर यू विल डू वेरी. थोड़ा सा, और वो भी जैसे चेयरमैन सर ने बोला, अगर वो नेचुरल है तो चेंज मत कीजिए आप. अगर बीच में एक आधा, जैसे आपने एक सेंटेंस बोला तो उसके बाद 1 सेकंड, देन 1 सेकंड, ज़्यादा नहीं, ओनली 1 सेकंड, तो अगर कर सकते हैं तो नॉर्मल ढंग से कर लीजिए, अदरवाइज डोंट.
I'll try, sir.
यू आर परफेक्ट, कोई इशू नहीं.
Thank you.
ऑल द बेस्ट.
तो आदित्य, सेम ओपिनियन, जस्ट वन सजेशन, थोड़े से सीरियस लग रहे थे, तो इफ इट इज पॉसिबल, यस, अब आप अच्छे
Smile.
लग रहे हो, हल्का क्वेश्चन सुनते हुए, इफ इट इज पॉसिबल थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स लगोगे और वो कन्वर्सेशन मोड भी बिल्ड करेगा.
All right, sir.
एंड अदरवाइज यू हैव डन वेरी वेल. तो ऑलमोस्ट आप काफ़ी अच्छा मार्क्स लेके आने वाले हो, इट इज़ श्योर. बट क्या है, आप 200 प्लस भी जा सकते हो, ये छोटी सी एडजस्टमेंट कर करके. और अगर मेंस अच्छे किए हैं तो आप 2024 के आदित्य बन जाओगे. ठीक है,
Thank you, sir.
विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions, Aditya?
No specific questions, sir.
So
I tried.
रेलवे में भी आपका हाथ थोड़ा तंग है. मतलब आपने बताया स्ट्रक्चर नहीं था, इधर से कुछ मिल गया, याद आ गया, इधर से मिल गया,
I could
है
have
ना.
structured better.
पीपीपी में भी आप यू टुक अप, या IRCTC, I mean you can call it as a, it is not private, it's a public sector enterprise. So you are wrong in making a, and
I missed Amrit Bharat station. I could have.
Huh?
I have missed Amrit Bharat station. I could have told about it.
stations, railway stations have been, PPP का सबसे पहला एप्लीकेशन
Yes.
स्टेशंस पे हुआ है.
Yes.
सो थोड़ा सा उसको, डोंट थिंक दैट IRMS अभी तो मैंने ज्वाइन ही नहीं किया, वो छूटते ही सबसे पहले वहीं पे आएंगे. ठीक है.
ठीक है.
सो वी हैव गिवन यू 69% आदित्य.
190 मार्क्स.
All right.
सो हाउ मच डिड यू गेट व्हेन यू गॉट इनटू IRMS?
So 190.
Same. So had you come here before?
No, sir. This was my first time.
So Aditya, we have matched you without knowing how much you got there, but as I heard somebody saying that you, yes, you are capable of going beyond 200.
200 plus others.
All right, sir. I'll try my best. Thank you, sir.
आपके 210 तक आ सकते हैं आराम से. You are capable of that. So do that.
I'll try my best. I'll
Yes.
work hard.
जैकेट पहन के जाना.
Sure.
All the
Okay.
best.
All the best.